Welcome to Recover and Ready. It's time to talk some Versus System 2PCG. I'm Joseph, and today we are going to bring you a deck guide on Talos from the 55-card MCU Space and Time expansion. But before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps spread the word about the Versus System 2-player card game. So let's talk Talos. With the recent releases of The Boys and the Mortal Kombat photographic sets, and the release of AEW Wrestling right around the corner, the main character Talos suddenly becomes a lot more interesting. At level 1, Talos is a 3 attack and 4 defense with 6 health. He has the keyword power, "You Can't Trust Anyone," which says Talos has every photographic team affiliation. This means that he can team attack with any photo card that can team attack, use any photo wild location for his powers, and he opens up your board to use essentially any photographic plot twist while he is face up. His level up condition requires 8 XP, titled Skrulls Have Infiltrated C53. Whenever Talos team attacks, he gains 1 XP for each attacker. As he levels up, he jumps up to a 6 attack and 7 defense, and he keeps You Can't Trust Anyone. He also gains range. Now he has It Takes Practice and Talent, which says, choose an enemy character's team affiliation. Enemy characters with that team affiliation can't attack Talos on their next turn. So our strategy with Talos is simple. Let's load up our deck with some of the most obnoxious plot twists the Photographic Universe has to offer, along with some really obnoxious characters, and let's see what Talos can do. For plot twist, some options that I considered are the 7, which gives a defending main character plus 7 attack or plus 7 defense. I Thought You'd Be Glad to See Me, which gives a main character in the combat plus 3. The always versatile He's a Friend from Work, which will always net you a combat cancel, as Talos is considered both good and evil. Crushing Blow, which lets a character in the melee combat strike with double their attack. You've Done a Murder, which lets you give an attacker a +1/+1 counter, and more importantly, grants that attacker lethal for the combat. Expect the Unexpected, which gives a character in the combat either -4/+4 or +4/-4. And Flawless Victory, which keeps an unwounded character in the combat from being struck. Now, these are just some examples, but as always, feel free to tweak to your own preferences and collection. Now for characters, the idea here is just to come out swinging. Nothing fancy, you're just turning right and bringing the pain. On turn 1, consider using Io or Baraka for some early game ferocious power, or Ant-Man to help chip at an opponent's main character stats. For turn 2, consider Grandmaster to help beef up Talos' stats with some counters, Terra to push an annoying flyer or blocker into the back row and go after the main, or Maria Hill to bring the hurt. For turn 3, consider Dana Scully as an option to ideally heal your main character on appearance, or with her medical doctor power, since you will be running X-Files wild locations. Kung Lao is also a great choice, as his stealth and martial artist abilities can keep the pressure on. Now turn 4 is where things get a little more interesting. Consider Monica Reyes. Now, because Talos has every team affiliation for the Photographic Universe, Monica Reyes' practical and pragmatic power will give her every single one of her possible stat bonuses, netting her Genius, +3 attack, and +1 health. Pretty cool. Of course, Quicksilver is always an obnoxious option, given his beefy attack, and the 4-drop Winter Soldier is worth considering for his Combat Master ability. For turn 5, consider Vision, who will become a 12/12 on appearance, or Spike, who will become a 10/10 because your main character is considered both good and evil. Also consider John Walker. John Walker has Combat Master, Regeneration, and Tough, and he can't be struck while attacking an unwounded character. Combat Master is always a great option when you're keeping the pressure on. For turn 6, Consider Bucky Barnes, as his lethal and card draw abilities while team attacking can give you some much needed board and hand advantage. Groot is also a solid option to help keep Talos alive. For turn 7, consider a combination of Mulder, Ego, or Liu Kang. Mulder because you will be running X-Files locations and a couple yellows, and because he's a potential free recruit on turn 7. Ego for his ability to stifle your opponent's stats and serve as a nice blocker for your front row, and Liu Kang because he can pretty much stun whoever he wants without stunning back. For turn 8, Odin and Thanos are easy picks. Odin can whittle down the stats of your opponent's main character, and Thanos can help maintain the board advantage or help seal the win. For locations, keep it simple. 4 X-Files, which Talos can also use for his red ability, or possibly to be used by Dana Scully or Mulder, 4 reds for Talos, and because you're playing with Mulder, consider tossing in a couple of yellows, but these are definitely optional. You may also consider squeezing in the equipment Compound V, so that Talos can essentially use his It Takes Practice and talent power for free, but this is up to you. Also consider adding in the Darkhold, as you'll be using a lot of plot twists, and this can be a great way to keep up your hand advantage. Here are the sets used in this build, and as always, feel free to tweak based on your preferences and collection. We hope you enjoyed this quick guide at building MCU Talos. As always, take a second to comment, like, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments your ideas for building Talos. And until next time, see ya!